Back at it with another episodes of Conversations. I wanted to pull out the camera really quickly because I have something that keeps popping up, and it's this whole instant gratification thing when it comes to social media, building a brand, or let's just say business in general. So I just had a Facebook memory pop up from I think it was 4 years ago on this day. You know how Facebook does that? And it was a talking head video of me just talking shop about my business, marketing, psychology, whatever it was. It was a very uncomfortable watch because this was a version of me 4 years ago. But it, you know, it made me think about the conversations I've been having recently with some people. And I can't help but think I've literally been doing this thing for 4, 5, 6 years. I've been posting online for 4 or 5 years. I've been putting myself out there. I've been experimenting for a long period of time. I've been irresistibly consistent, undeniably consistent. And the sheer amount of volume that I've done is the reason that now 2 years into the real estate niche, because I wasn't always in the real estate niche with my video agency, that I have a reputation or a personal brand, so to speak, that, to be honest, is generating me organic inbound leads that want to work with me weekly, almost daily. And that's been the goal from day one. The goal has been to build a personal brand online, to not have to focus on traditional marketing methods like cold calling or going to networking events or relying on referrals. I tried the whole Facebook ads and paid ads game, and I still dabble with them a little bit, but over time I just realized that I wanted to build something that I could pull out my phone, create a piece of content, post it, and it could generate attention, the right views, and potentially leads, right? Like that was always the goal. I had a vision to build a video agency that is on the back of my personal brand. That was always the goal. And that's why I started posting content. And I told myself early on when I started posting that inaction is a disease. And that's been the foundation of everything that I've done. I have created so many videos that I quite frankly haven't particularly loved or been obsessed with, or maybe I didn't like the way I looked or sounded, or I didn't like the way I worded something, or maybe I posted the video and saw the feedback and was like, ugh, why did I talk about that? Or, oh, that doesn't make any sense. But I told myself that I wouldn't let overthinking stop me from beginning and then also being consistent. So I bring up that Facebook memory to say, I've been doing this stuff for 4 years and beyond, because that was, I think, the first year or two that I started posting. So being in the game for 5, 6 years now, in the last 2 years, especially in the real estate niche, has really made me realize that, like, wow, I committed to an extremely long timeline. I was very patient and especially consistent. And that is why I now have the skills, experience, and knowledge to create content, have that personal brand, and more or less generate leads organically almost daily. So, a lot of people that I have conversations with, discovery calls, things like that, I always say, hey, we can't work together if you don't have a long term vision for your business and for your marketing and for your brand. If after 3 or 6 months, you're putting the pressure on me and us and yourself to get that financial ROI, then we can't work together because that's not beneficial for either of us. Does that kind of make sense? You know, you will get an ROI in so many different ways that aren't just financial. But after 3 to 6 months, you're not necessarily going to have a brand, especially if you've never done it before or been consistent or have a team or systems in place that are actually setting you on the path to building that brand. Content, social media, this stuff takes so much time. It takes so much experimentation and testing that if you think you're going to get a hard, tangible financial ROI in just half a year, even 2 years, we are not aligned and we cannot work together. We're building a brand. We are building a reputation. Think of the biggest brands in the world. Do you think that it took them just 6 months of posting videos online to command the trust and the authority that they do now? No, take a look at Starbucks. They've been in the game for decades. And the reason they can charge what they charge and the reason that they have reoccurring customers like they do is because of their brand. It's the same reason the same white t-shirt with a Supreme logo costs $75 compared to throwing another generic logo on there that costs $12. It's brand, 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 but it takes so much time and a commitment to a long-term timeline of being consistent and shouting from the mountaintops who you are and what you do, why you do it, to build that reputation, to command that premium price. So enough with the instant gratification stuff, enough with the hunts for dopamine, and enough for starting something and quitting after 6 months. Because if that's you, if you're listening to this and that rings true to you, you need to shift your mindset to focus on a longer time horizon. Because guess what? When I set off on this path of creating content and posting online, I told myself, okay, I'm in the game for the next couple decades. I don't care about 6 months from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. I want to build a personal brand online. I want to build a reputation online. I want to be able to post content and generate leads organically. I don't want to rely on anything else but social media. Why? Because I love it, and that's the way I wanted to build my business. And I'm just now seeing the ROI on that. And the business is growing quicker and better than it ever has before, but it's only because of the sheer amount of volume and time that I committed to years ago. Now, let's bring everything in house. Can you start to see financial results in 6 months or a year, 24 months? Yes, absolutely. But the point I'm trying to make is social media, brand, business, this is a long-term game. If you get your real estate license, or if you're a real estate professional and you're starting a firm, whatever it is, you're in this for the long haul. You don't have a career, you have a business. You need, and it's worthwhile committing to the next 10 years, because once you start something that is so massive, it's by proxy, or by default rather, gonna take a lot of time. So take the pressure off a short-term timeline and needing to see an ROI in the short term, because that is what's going to prevent you from actually achieving that brand or that business that you really want to build. So, like I said, I just wanted to hop on here and talk about something that I've been seeing so frequently. I literally turn away people if we're not aligned, or if there's too much pressure on the first 6 months of working together. If you don't get it, if you don't get social media or brand, then it really doesn't make sense for us to work together, because what fun is that? We're trying to build something really special here and different, because that's what you are, that's what your business is, and that's what your brand will be if you can buckle down, have the vision for your business, commit to a long timeline, and effectively roll out some video content that's going to allow you to get there. So that's it. I'm wrapping this video up. Conversation, another episode. Subscribe if you're enjoying this content. Peace.